Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Next Perfect Step. I'm Lori Mullen, an energy practitioner who believes that we are all capable of creating a blissful life.
Hi, and I'm Lori Tremblay. I'm also in the healing arts, and I believe the same thing, that we're meant to live a joyful life. And we are so pleased today to have our dear friend Caroline Phillips returning to the show. She's an artist, among other things. We'll have her talk about that, but she's going to share some wonderful news, some art, some of her energy art, her spirit art. And Lori and I enjoyed having her on the last time. And before we start, I want to just give a little shout out to my friend Lori because it's her birthday coming up this weekend. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So welcome, Caroline. Please
Thank
share
you for
with us what
welcoming
you've
me.
been up to since you were with us last time.
I've been up to a lot of good stuff. I have told you guys last time when I was on the show that I was, looking for outlets for my art. And I actually was so very lucky to be chosen for a exhibition in DC. It's at the Arts Club in Washington, DC. I think I mentioned that last time. And I was all crazy and over the moon because I had no idea they were going to choose me because I wasn't expecting it.
Congratulations.
And so they asked me to come on the show, on their show in DC for the 1st of March this year. And I have to bring 20 pieces of my artwork. And it's going to be a really cool event. There's going to be a couple of other artists. And we're going to be all together with a lot of my friends who happen to also still live in DC, because I used to live in DC 10 years ago while I was working at the State Department. And all those people are kind of coming back together and cheering me on. And it's going to be a really cool little party. And so I have to bring 20 pieces of art, which I'm just going to show you real quick, a couple of those pieces, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to look at sharing my screen. And so one of the pieces I showed you last time was this, and it's definitely going to be in the show. That is the veil that basically I see between us and divinity or God. And sometimes you kind of can see around it, or you can see through it a little bit, but never really completely. So it's like veiled from us. But we nevertheless have a little bit of knowledge of what might be there. So I have just very colorful art, as you can see. And I think that some people might find it a little overwhelming, but I love it. It makes me happy. And this is the Shoku Ray, which I am basically internalizing because that's what I learned from Lori Tremblay. She is an incredible Reiki's teacher. And so I came back from her workshop and I just had to do something with that knowledge.
Beautiful.
So I created this, and basically it's called Shoku Ray, and it can be used as protection from anything that we feel surrounds us as danger. Isn't that true, Lori?
Sure, that's one part of it. Absolutely.
Yep. And so I really like this one because it makes me feel protected. So that is what art is. It has a meaning, it has energy, it has joy, it has all our emotions right on the surface. And when you look at that, you kind of just internalize it and think about how it makes you feel. That is what I suggest the viewer.
The colors are all nice and protective colors too. I mean, you think of the base chakra, and the blue is a protective color. So yeah, it all goes with the theme. It's beautiful.
And yellow as in like enlightenment, like golden.
Mhm.
So I like that. And yeah, I was going to show you what I actually going to put in the show, which are these pictures that are very much the beginning of my career. This is my artist picture, which I had to give them one artist picture, and that's the one I chose because it sort of like shows me a little hidden, but also not really. And I just like the shot because it's artistic.
Mhm.
So that is my first batch. This one I wanted to talk to you about because it means a lot to me. I was in New York, in the main train station, which is Central Station, and I just was at a concert, and I looked down at my feet, and I was like, wow, that is such a cool contrast between the ground of the train station and my pattern of the foot of the shoe. And I just decided to snap a picture, and it turned out to be like the beginning of all my photographic you know intentions.
That's
Sometimes you just take a picture and you have no clue what it can do, you know. So it's like me stepping into something new, me stepping into a career as a photographer, painter, digital artist, all of that. And I mentioned it last time when I was on the show that I started 3 years ago at the end of the pandemic, or in the middle actually. And I don't know if you guys know what I mean by there is no time feel. Like I can't really tell how far the pandemic is now from today because it's such a big gap in my memory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so insane that I can hardly say that it was awesome or comfortable, but it was the beginning of my career. And so this is like me before the pandemic when I took the picture, and I just came back to it when I was, looking for an outlet in my life, and this is what I came up with.
It reminds me
Reminds
of
me of Cinderella. Go ahead, Lori, sorry.
Oh,
I was just going to say, out of chaos comes beauty. And Lori,
yeah,
go ahead. What were you going to say?
It reminds me of Cinderella.
Yes.
I love that story. It's actually one of my favorite movies from Walt Disney. And when everything seems to be lost, the prince and her find each other.
Yes.
So, but I love Sleeping Beauty too, as you know. Yeah, so this is my first batch. This is a painting that I did. This one is another painting. This is more my impressionist kind of trial. I don't know if you can see there's a heart here.
Yeah.
It's also a face at the same time, and there's the hair of the woman and her eyes here, her nose, her mouth. Can you see that?
Yes. That's
And there's a man right here looking at you from the side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. There's a woman down here. She is a little older and is sort of like fussing about something. Can you see that? And then there's a hand right here. And some people see a pond here with a lake.
I
So
see a
it's
face.
very, yeah, it's very like intuitive art and obviously abstract. So yeah, this is a little bit more abstract. And then here are the choices for the next couple of pictures for the DC exhibit. Now, this one I wanted to mention, I don't know if you've already seen this one, but it's my design for a tattoo that's gonna go right here. And it's a Trinity knot, as in it means Trinity, as in Trinity as in like Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and God. But it can also be you at the center with a lotus flower. So it's all up to you what you interpret in it. All it meant for me was unity in myself and the spiritual realm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how your spirituality just comes pouring through your art. And I love how the reader, not the reader, but the person looking at the art just can be drawn in with the colors and the meaning and the emotion of it.
Oh,
So,
thank
yeah.
you so much, Lori. I just love vibrant colors because they make me feel alive. They make me feel loved. They make me feel comfortable. And they just like illuminate my reality and make me feel awake on many different levels, you know, consciousness and conscience levels. And so serenity is really important to me. So I meditate whenever I can. When I'm not teaching, I either paint or I meditate or I meet friends. So one of the three. And I just wanted to know how you perceive this one, for example. This one, I don't know, can you see it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So this one is Between the Worlds, and I think I might have mentioned it last time, but what I wanted to mention again is that the connection between the robot, can you see the robot? With her, it's actually a she, it's an AI robot. The bull's eye, which is there says the bull's eyes are right here. There's the horn, there's the other horn, and there's the nostrils. When I painted or when I drew that first and then kind of colored it in, I wanted to create something that is between the worlds, as in the symbol of masculinity, the symbol of feminine symbol, and then also AI, which is coming more and more into our reality as we speak. And it's sort of like an unusual piece for me because I don't usually draw something 3D. But it is a 3D image. And what do you see?
Lori, go ahead.
I definitely see the robot. To me, you know, the robot's breaking through like glass and going up into the universe. You know, it's what I love about your art is that, you know, you talked about how it makes you feel and how you're feeling and what you're perceiving when you do it. And yet it opens up something for everybody, right? It opens up the spiritual for you. And it does so for the person looking at your art too.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And that's so awesome that you feel that same kind of way as I feel myself. I want to be able to show people that there is more than a 2D reality. And that is sort of what you do as well with your jobs in Reiki and in medicine and healing medicine and just healing in general. I believe that art is a healer in itself, and that you can heal the mind and the soul of somebody if you let them start creating things on their own and let all the good and bad emotions come out of their system, because it really is cleansing. Just like when you're in the sort of like composition of something, that's what happens when you paint or when you play music with other people. It just alleviates you from so much stress, and it's helped me to balance again. Just letting myself have an outlet for all my emotions has made me so much more peaceful and so much more precise, so much more balanced, so much more joyful. And I know that that's what people need, you know. And I actually wanted to tell you that a couple of months ago, actually 6 weeks ago, my husband or future husband has a son who's 25 who moved in with us. And in the beginning, we were all a little shaken up and didn't know how it will all pan out. But it just turns out that he loves art and is one of my biggest fans, and himself has started to paint. And now I'm posting his paintings on Instagram with mine, and he's incredible. I mean, you just don't know what comes your way and how it will affect you. But if you decide to be positive, to take it one step at a time, and I tell him all the time, baby steps, because he moved from New York back to us, and that's New Hampshire. And that is a very big step for someone as young as him, because there's not many young people here. And everybody who moves back here is in their 30s and wants to have, kids and find a house. It's not exactly the it space or spot to be. So we are dealing with finding a job for him. We're dealing with just incorporating him into our life. And so far, it couldn't have been better. And, sometimes you think something is going to turn your world upside down, and then it turns out it enhances your world and makes it so much better and so much more interesting. So we went from empty nester to not empty nester. And I think that is exactly how we need to take the world, one step at a time, baby steps, and crawl out of whatever spot you find yourself with whatever means you have, and make your reality a good one.
I think it's beautiful that you found a connection, right? That you
Yes.
allowed, like you said, you were really nervous about it, and you allowed this connection to grow,
Yeah.
and it really enhanced your life, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That through art you were able to connect on a different level.
Yeah, and it's painful, and it's also exciting. It's everything in one, because one thing is for sure, we don't like changes. And I was all set to be traveling with Joe and be all set to be, empty nesters, but then suddenly something just changed, and we didn't see it coming, and it was a curveball, we thought, but it's awesome. We actually enjoy it. And I'm going to show you one painting that I did with Jacob 2 weeks ago, and just show you how we work through emotions. So give me 1 second. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yes. Wow. That's nice. That Jacob did that one
Yeah, we did that together.
together. Oh, how nice.
And you can see how we like working through stuff.
Yeah.
So that was his first time painting with me, and I thought, that is pretty honest, and there's a lot of emotions in here. And I can't say that it's my favorite, but I just wanted to show you that working through stuff can have different kind of ways of showing. It doesn't have to be therapy with one therapist. Art therapy is actually almost like the fastest, because you just let go of all energy that is negative, and recharge and take in positive energy. Especially if you're doing it with somebody positive, it's like a fusion of energy.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I put quite a bit of anxiety that was in him and me on that canvas. But yeah, so I am very excited about this new constellation, and I think it's important to just like embrace whatever comes your way. And you know about that too, Lori. I mean, both Loris.
Yeah.
And I think that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so to speak.
True.
Yeah.
I remember the last time you were on the episode with us, you had showed us a painting that you did where you had worked through your own emotions. I think maybe it was from COVID or something, but you had really worked through your emotions and put it out there on your painting, and you were explaining how you did that. And I thought about that a lot.
Oh, do you know which one it was?
No, I just remember the fact that you said you can get your emotions out on painting.
Yes. And you and I are going to do that today, right?
Yes.
I'm excited to try
I've been
out.
wanting to paint with you for.
I know, and you're so busy, I'm so busy. We haven't actually had the chance to even get to that.
Excited.
But I wanted to basically tell you real quick about this exciting new venture that I'm going to be in. I can not believe it, but I'm going to be in a show in Miami on the 25th of April. And it's a really great gallery that picked me up from Instagram. I first thought for sure this was a hoax and somebody was, playing me, but then it turns out it's actually a gallery with 5 locations worldwide, one in Buenos Aires, Miami, New York, Berlin, my hometown, which I'm so excited about, and Madrid, which is in Spain. And they wanted me to be in Madrid in their exhibition that's in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, nope, I cannot do that. And they decided to let me go to Miami instead, which is like pretty amazing.
Wow.
That they have that flexibility. And I'm going to have 5 paintings in that gallery. And the gallery is called Galleria Azur. And I'm just going to quickly show you what I am able to show there. 1 second. Okay, so the artwork, is it okay if I share again just for a second?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Galleria Azur, and they're the ones who picked me up from Instagram. And then these are the paintings. This one I call Transcendence. It's rather new. I made it 2 weeks ago. Do you see the center, which is a heart? Can you see that? I don't know how big it comes up on the screen, but I hope you can see that at the center is a heart.
Yeah.
And this is sort of like where I am right now. The center of everything is just love. And so many different colors just kind of go through the heart. And that is the energy art that I'm trying to show. There is movement, there's joy, there's like, I don't know how another word, so I'm going to say jubilation. Is that a word?
Yes.
And it sort of shows me or anyone standing in a tent as like a kid, smelling the popcorn, watching the circus go on, and just feeling the joy of everyone surrounding them, and the excitement of what artists can put together and just show in their artistic debuts, and just how everything just is really just action and love and joy. Do you see that too?
Yes. It reminds me of being in looking up at a ceiling, or like you said, a tent.
Yeah, it could also be a cathedral. I mean, anything that you feel is worth looking up, most likely a cathedral or a tent.
Yeah, I love the colors, and definitely it looks stained glass to me.
Yes.
Yeah, like an old church where you go and just like try to figure out what it actually tells you, what the story is about. Because stained glass most likely has some sort of a, biblical story in it. So, and there's a tiny little heart at the center, which I actually only discovered recently. So it's like a double heart. So I call this one Transcendence because love transcends everything. And if we tap into it, it's this intense energy that propels us forward and brings us to the people we're supposed to meet, and the events that we're supposed to be in. And I believe that love is the energy of the universe, and also the greatest being of all, which I believe is, Yahweh.
Yeah, I agree. With an open heart, you can, look where you're led. Look what's open up for you, for your love for art, right? So with an open heart, we can find, where we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be surrounded by.
Yes. I just like the tiny little flowers behind you, Lori, those red sparks. That is exactly how I imagine us being surrounded by the love energy. So if you give your thoughts into positivity, everything around you is going to take that color and that energy, because everything that you let into your mind and your spirit and your soul reflects on the outside, right? I mean, that's obvious, but some people don't understand that. So this is why my art needs to be explained to some people, and some others get it instantly. And so I always think about the people who get it instantly have their heart chakra open, and most other people who don't understand it at all and find it rather maybe stressful or too aggressive, their heart chakra just isn't open yet. Or, their third eye, or whatever you want to call the spiritual. There's many words for it. And so, yeah, this is the first one that I submitted. And then I submitted this one. Let's see if it works. Oh, sorry. Can you see it?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I didn't really do this consciously, but both of them have stained glass in them.
I was just gonna say that. I can see that.
And I just realized that now. And which is interesting because stained glass images are really, over 1,000 years old in some churches, especially in Europe, and they go all the way to 1,500 years. And I researched them a little bit, and in every single, situation, they depict God in any form and shape. And that is maybe also why I incorporated into my art, because I want to be connected to greatness, to beauty, to heaven, to joy, to just another realm. And so that's like a strong connection that I feel in my life. And I mean, this is maybe a little bit of graffiti in there. You can see that it's, a little bit of maybe even Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yeah, I see.
But it doesn't have to be specific, because anyone can interpret it whichever way they want. And I just love that it looks like people are dancing. I don't know if you can see that. What do you think? What do you see, Lori?
I see a figure kneeling in the foreground, and
Yeah.
someone reaching down.
And lifting them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking it could be worship, and that, an angelic being just comes and picks them up from whatever stressful situation they're having, or their meditation, their prayers. All of it is really just energy exchange.
it looks like the energy is going out, with the colors on the sides, like the energy is coming down or going up.
Yeah, yeah, it's swirling around them like a DNA.
Mm-hmm.
See the DNA right here? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's many different strands in one.
That's beautiful, Caroline.
And it's just, I felt like it should be shown, because it's sort of like has life in it, like a fingerprint. And so what I did write was, the outward expression of an inner mood emanating from deep within, taking shape as pulsating colors of radiant joy, because that's how I feel when I am in my meditation state. I feel excitement, I feel radiant joy, and the thin strands of understanding that connect us all, because we do understand art on a very, very strong base, as in everyone understands it. It's like music. Everybody understands music. Most everybody understand when they see joy in an image. The canvas plunges the viewer into a jubilant feeling inspired by light through cathedral glass that bubbles up through the soul in vibrant shapes and hues. So I have this incredible friend. His name is Scott. He actually started out as my French student, and he is now my partner in crime in art. He actually made the connection to the arts club in DC. And without him, I wouldn't even have an exposition happening in the 1st of March. So you never know who you meet along the way that is going to have a huge impact on your life. So we always have to tread careful, because we don't know where the doors are going to open. So take everything that comes your way in a very careful manner, as in like to expect everything from life, because you don't know what door will open next. So just be aware that anything can happen at any time. Yeah, this one is sort of a very strong one. What do you think of this one?
It looks to me like there, that's interesting. Wow. It looks to me like there's strands of maybe a plant life, but it's also maybe genetically
Enhanced.
in something like that. And then you have that band of purple and greens. That's just very strong and interesting.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kind
it
of
looks
going
to me
into
like
it. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just going into it, and I like that.
Yeah. I like that too. It makes me feel excited and wanting to have spring.
Yeah,
I am ready for spring, and it's not even
so
February.
right.
I
You and me
can't wait
both.
till I can go on the lake and, just have sunshine on my face and feel the air, the wind, and everything is. I love the lakes region. It's such an excitement to witness spring come, and all seasons are just magical. We are so lucky that we live in New Hampshire.
Yes.
I mean, it's the best state, and I know what I'm talking about because I've been to a lot of them. And oh my goodness, I could never go back to Maryland. Not that I don't like it, but it's just this peace of mind that you get here is just worth a million.
That's interesting because I used to live in Maryland too.
Yeah, how fun
My
is that?
mom's there, and yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm going back to it, so to speak, to start my career as in like my first exhibition, which is funny because life does that to you. It goes in cycles. And you leave an area and you think you never come back, and then boom, somehow it just happens that this is exactly where you get put back. And I can reconnect with my friends. I'm gonna have a whole 5 days with them. And I'm so excited to just be back at the pulsating city. And then I'm gonna be really happy to come back here. I could
That's
not
so
live there
exciting.
anymore. Yeah, in the peaceful woods of New Hampshire. It's just that's my place now. And I just wanted to show you one more, which oops, how do I get out of here? Let's see. There is, oh yeah, this one was too far. But I hope that this gives you a little bit of an idea what my art is about. I really have all my images that I create on Instagram. It's Carol Phil 21 for Caroline Phillips, and 21 is my favorite number. So it's easy to remember. And I'm going to also start selling in that little store in Center Harbor, which is just about 5 minutes by car from my house. And it's called Bohemian Home NH for New Hampshire. They're also on Instagram, and I follow them, of course, because that store is unbelievable. Whatever your heart needs is in that store. I'm not kidding you. They have fashion, they have art, they have very cute little items that you would never need but really want. And so she's selling a couple of my paintings, and she is the only one that I'm going to let sell my art in New Hampshire. And other than in the art shows themselves. And I think, well, one other one would be one little gallery in Sandwich, but that's more for exposition or exhibit purposes. But you can also probably purchase it there. So yeah, I'm excited. I am very open-minded to whatever comes my way. I hope that my kids can come to some of the exhibitions, at least one in Miami, hopefully, because they live in Jacksonville. So that would be just a little flight for them. because they're working, they're studying, and I would love them to be part of my shows, but realistically seen, that is not always easy for them because, you know, they're just young adults starting their own careers and everything, and I'm on my second. So
Well, I just want
yeah,
to say congratulations. That is absolutely fantastic. I am so excited for you and so excited about what has opened up since the first time you've been here. I mean, that is just incredible.
yeah, I'm excited. And I'm also very much excited about what I'm discovering along the way with Reiki, and just alternative medicine. I am very excited to try out homeopathic medicine, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'm also treating Jacob with homeopathic medicine, because it's very much helpful for the mind too. It helps to balance. And so does Reiki, and so does yoga. And there's just so many opportunities for us to help ourselves. So I'm doing yoga with Jacob in the morning, starting next week, and we're going to go with, I think her name is Adriana on YouTube, and fantastic young lady. I'm
Yes,
like
she's
so amazed.
wonderful.
Yeah, and that really helps centering myself like in my day. And I'm just excited to be able to live in a time where this is all at my fingertips, so to speak. I mean, imagine 100 years ago, that would have been impossible, simply because everything was so stuck still and everything was so indoctrinated. And we live at this incredible time where we can actually believe what we want in a country that lets us believe whatever religious, you know, intentions we have. I'm just very thankful that I wasn't born before. I don't know if you feel the same way, but imagine 100 years ago, we wouldn't even be able to do this without asking our husbands or partners if we were allowed to do a meeting.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, not even mention our own bank account. I mean, the freedom we have today is coming from such a painful revolution of the female gender. Just incredible what we actually achieved, I think.
It's true.
And that's not to say that there doesn't have to be a balance between the two. Of course, there has to be a balance, you know, between male and female powers, but we're learning more and more to be in sync, which is also what's happening in my household. We're trying both to be as balanced as we can be with each other, and reflect that on the outside. And it doesn't mean that we believe exactly the same, because we don't. One is more liberal, one is more Republican. So, but it doesn't matter, because love covers it all.
We also have the masculine and feminine energies within our own self that we have
Yeah, we do.
learned to balance,
We totally do.
and bring out. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very intense which way we choose to go in the very early years of our life. And, you know, I believe love is covering everything, no matter what you love, who you love, what gender you love better. I believe everything is, you know, covered under love, under the flag of love.
Mhm. Well said.
So, and that's also something that we couldn't have said even 50 years ago. So we are actually improving, I think. What do you think? Human race is improving?
I think so. I think that I think I was going to say that you emanate what your message is, what you've been talking about. That's how you live. And I think if we live the way we believe, then we shine our light and make it possible for other people to do the same thing.
Yeah, but it's taken me a while to be my authentic self. And it took a whole lot of craziness, like a pandemic, to actually take me out of my just spiraling and come to a standstill, and basically just realize that I needed an outlet to find myself. And finding yourself is something that nothing or no one can do for you. It's something that you really just have to find on your path. Some people find it right away, some people never, but most people find a peace in themselves at some point from which they can navigate life at a very high level. And I believe nothing happens on like by mistake. I believe everything happens on purpose. And so that also gives me this inner peace that whatever comes my way, I'm going to be able to actually master, because otherwise it wouldn't come my way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And may it be good, may it be bad, the choice, how we encounter it is ours. And of course, loss is affecting everyone the same way. And I already lost my dad 10 years ago. And I know that just coming out of something as dark as that is not easy, and it will mark you forever. But it is the healing process that is the most important. We need to be able to open ourselves to the healing power of God or the universe or whatever that is for you. It is what makes us stronger to overcome difficulties. And just discover what makes you most happy and then do those things. Don't keep yourself from doing it. So what I did for the longest time, I mean, since I was 26 till I was about 34, I was just unable to find time for myself while raising my 3 boys. And that made me not find myself, because I didn't take the time to actually realize that I needed to let my art out. And I just pushed it down and pushed it down till it like burst out of me when the pandemic hit, because there was nothing to distract me. And it just, for the first couple of months, really got me off kilter because it was such a strong energy. But me saying yes to that energy is what got me back into myself, my own balance. Did you experience something like this in your life before?
Absolutely. I was going to also just let you know that if you wanted to stop sharing your screen, we can see you a little bit better.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. Yeah. No, well,
I was this tiny little thing in the corner there.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So no, thank you. Yeah, I definitely have. I think I always say that we go through a series of awakenings.
Yes.
Where, we'll see something in a certain way, and then we'll just kind of spiral up, and old things will fall away, and then we'll see things in a new way. And so that's continuous. And sometimes we lose a relationship, sometimes we lose things that don't serve us anymore, but
Yeah.
we also attract to us what we need to grow and what we need to nurture our soul. And
also through our friends, because our
Yeah.
friends are put aside us to actually nurture us like little baby plants and give us exactly like what we need, the attention, the input, like some feedback. And that's what makes friends so great. Friends like you guys just help me to ground myself, help me to kind of like find what it is that I really need to pay attention to. And I think it's beautiful to see, I mean, how Lori Tremblay just like has grown into who she is as well over the time that I've known you. I think you've made huge leaps. And I don't know about Lori Mullen because I haven't really met her in person, but I can say that both of you radiate such a beauty and are very different from each other, even though you have the same name. Isn't that incredible? It's like thumbprint. You're just completely unique, completely yourself, completely beautiful. And I'm just like privileged to be even, here talking with both of you at the same time. And you know what? We are all three on a very like good level spiritually seen, which is also why we work so well together. I think it's like the energy bounces off each other, which
Yeah,
is beautiful.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think we all have
Mhm.
our own journey, right? And it helps everybody. And we, like you said, we're all here shining our light, and it's all in different ways, like yours through your arts, Lori through music and Reiki. And we all, we all shine a little different, and yet we shine together, which is just beautiful. We're here
Yeah, like diamonds in the sky.
right, exactly.
Like the famous Beatles song, with
Absolutely.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So, um, yeah, I think music and art is definitely the most powerful thing in my life. I decided to take piano lessons recently, like 6 months ago, and I'm finally at the point where I feel like I'm getting back to where I was when I was a little girl, when I started learning it. And that's what we need to do. We need to rediscover the things that we did as a little kid so that we can kind of like improve on what we already had and gain it back and improve it. So taking piano lessons makes me feel young again. It makes me feel so vulnerable because my teacher's like, "You didn't study again?" And I'm like, "I was so busy. I'm so sorry." So there is just this ever learning, that learning yearning, the yearning for learning, if you want, that that keeps us young. And I believe that learning something new all the time is awesome.
And
I
when you're
think
young, go ahead, sorry.
no, you go ahead.
Because when you're young, you're exploring everything, you're excited about everything, you're learning, you're like, oh, let's try that. It feels good. Let's just run outside, let's color, let's do whatever that makes you happy. Let's get our hands in the paint. Let's,
Yeah.
just have fun. And it's
Totally.
uninhibited and joyful, and you're not going, gosh, did I do that right? No, just play, just have fun, create.
Yeah. And rediscovering something you already did once sort of is also like closing a cycle.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back to this incredible choir. They call themselves choral, and I always say choir, which is wrong. So choral, and it's in Wolfboro, and these people are fantastic. They all come together and sing that beautiful like Ave Verum from Mozart. That's going to be in a concert on May 2nd and 3rd, I believe, in Wolfboro. And it's, yeah, Lori, you've come a couple of times, and
Mhm.
that's another way of just worshiping, not just through art, but also through music. When you sing with other voices and just be dedicated to beauty and to God, it's really it's it's precious when you do that.
Yes.
So yeah, I love it.
Your
So
message is always so inspiring, Caroline. I really appreciate you being
yeah,
with us.
so are you. I'm always inspired when I just like check in with you, when I look what you do on Instagram, when I kind of just like see what you do with your Reiki seminars. And I did teach a lot of that to Jacob. He's interested in coming to one.
Well, that's
So
good.
I'm thinking of giving him that for his birthday.
What a
Um,
great present.
and
Mhm.
yeah, I'm probably coming to that as well, but yeah, I need to know when your next seminar is.
I'll let you know, sure.
So that would be Reiki 3 for me.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yay. So proud of you.
Yeah. And Lori, you doing it too?
I have my master's in Reiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm saying you doing Reiki as well.
Oh, yes, I do Reiki. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I need to really start practicing it more. So Lori, Lori Tremblay, let me know when you do your little practice days.
Yes. We'll do that
Um,
pretty soon. Get together.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
because it's very old wisdom
Mhm.
that's in those symbols and in the Reiki practice. So I always feel rejuvenated when we do that.
Good. Yeah, it's a beautiful beautiful practice.
Yeah. And peaceful. And you don't need anything but energy.
And it's all around us.
Yeah. It's just tapping into it. So,
And it's amazing when you come together as a group to share it too. There's something very beautiful in sharing that energy together.
yes. Again, it's like all people just connect in a strand and do the same in their mind and in their spirit. And it really just creates this unison, this unit, I believe. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if you have any questions about any of my other art, or if I can show anything else. Do you want to do you want to write down, or I can write down my Instagram handle if you want?
We'll
Yeah,
put
we'll
post.
put it all
You
at
put
the
it in?
bottom of this. Yeah, we'll post everything so that where everybody can find you and see your beautiful art. But yeah, if you want to share more of your art, we'd love to see it.
Yeah, I haven't really had the time to go into any of the pieces that I, wanted to show you. One of them, let me see. Or you can choose one. There's there's this one. Can you see what it is?
Oh, yeah. A baby and a mother.
Yes. I like this one because it's kind of just share the moment. It's sharing the moment where the mom and the baby connect, as in just the peaceful moment where they have time to just be with each other. And I think that's like one of the most precious moments in any mother's life, or any woman's life, is when there's this closeness with their little one. And I wanted to just bring that out in the series, and decided that it's sort of like one of the strongest feelings once you are a mom, and it kind of directs everything that you do, is like to protect that bond between your child and you. And does it like radiate that for you? What does it do for you?
I agree with you. I think it's a beautiful image, and you can see that again with the little lines going out. It's like the energy of love, just peacefulness and happiness radiating out. And I like that there's a little bit of red in there in the middle, because like the heart energy.
Yeah.
How about you, Lori?
Right here.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, I can feel that picture. It's not really about
Yeah.
what I can see, but I mean, it just feels like pure love, right? With a mother and a child. I mean, it's just pure unconditional love. And I can feel that looking at that.
Yeah. It feels like this is how God loves us too, completely unconditional and completely 100% how we are. We do not need to change. We don't deserve it, but we completely are loved. And yeah, that's sort of what I felt in this. There's a couple of other paintings and drawings that I did that aren't in this collection, I believe. Except this one, which I don't know if you've seen this one before.
No?
But it's it's also a drawing that I decided to color in digitally, and I call this one Hope, as you can see. I just wanted to show that even in winter, there is so much joy and growth that we don't see, that is happening and already gearing towards spring. And all the green is purple instead, because purple is like one of my favorite colors. And the street is pink and purple. Everything is just, can you see the lake behind it?
It looks like sunshine on the lake too.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of have a little sunshine in there. And it's in Weirs Beach. I just drove by with a car and I saw this and I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So I just snapped a picture And then I drew it. And I thought it really radiates hope for me, as in hope for spring, hope for better times, hope for the gray to leave. And not to say that I don't like gray and snow, I love it. But after a couple of months, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
It's a great reminder that you can find beauty anywhere if you are open to look for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about your mindset. If you want to be miserable, you will be. If you want to be happy and excited, you will be. It's like getting up in the morning, putting your feet on the carpet and getting up, deciding that this is going to be a great day. Simply, that's all that needs to be happening.
Yes.
And whatever comes your way, don't lose that spark. The spark that it's going to be okay most of the time.
Well said.
Yeah. So I like this one. I thought that there's some really extremely crazy ones like this one, but I still like it. You see what it is? I mean, beside me spelling out swamp.
At first it looks like trees, but then it looks like it might be a table because I think I see on the right maybe a chair. I'm not sure.
Yeah. This is actually trees
Mhm.
that are standing in a swamp, and then there's the ocean behind it.
Okay. The ocean's the table.
Yeah. And
I
and
like
you know,
that.
there can be anything that you see is, I'm not saying isn't true. It's just like I see a swamp with trees,
Mhm.
and they're rather not very green. So
I
yeah,
like the colors. Beautiful colors.
I really like how the
Yes.
pink hues go in with the yellow and orange, and then go all the way to blue and green. It's a little unusual for me because I don't really draw very frantically usually. This was more like a burst of just like trees. I have a theme of trees in my art. I don't know if you mentioned that before, but this one is storm. It's on the lake, suddenly being surprised by quite some stormy weather and feeling a little jolted around, feeling excited, but also a little dangerous. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
It could also be the storm of life and being like totally in the middle of it. There's like clouds here. There's a lot of movement. Can you see the triangle here?
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah.
Caroline,
Um,
I was just going to ask you, I noticed it says Fine Art America. Is that a website that you have?
yeah. Actually, it's great because I can simply go ahead and make a pillow. Fine Art America is really awesome. I love them. And what I really like about it is that people just, come and look at the art and can buy their own items from my website. I mean, that's just such a great idea, isn't it? Like I could make this my phone case.
That's
And
great.
there's just no stopping me. It's like my art can go on anything. So I really love that website. And it's free. I think it's $30 a year if you want to be featured on it. And it really is worth it for any occasion. And you actually write your own little blurb of what you want people to know about your art. And it's a little harder than Instagram to find followers, but that's okay. And as long as I have visitors, I'm all good. And I just wanted to show you another tree one because it's a theme currently. Do you see what that is?
Yeah.
It's very abstract, but I think you can still kind of have a sense that it's a group of trees. So I just looked at woods in Wolfboro and in the fall, and it was so colorful that I almost had a headache because the blue sky was piercing blue. The leaves were so bright. And I just kind of it imprinted in my mind, and I decided somehow I have to release that beauty. So I decided to show the depth of the sky and the green that, you know, was still around, but not predominant because it was more orangey and purple and brown.
That's so nice. I like that one.
Yeah, it's also different. So whenever I draw trees, they're different.
I
I
like
have
the
a series of
colors.
6 images that just show trees. I think that could be almost a theme that I could at some point show in just one setting. This one, what do you think of this one? I thought it was
Ooh,
different.
oh, that's nice.
Very different, but nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a self-image, how I view myself. And it's almost like a mask that we all have, you know, that we wear in our daily encounters with people. And I wanted to kind of just show people the colors that I see around me and in front of me, and like through my spirit. And it's a whole array of colors. It's a lot. And there's some darkness, right? It's not like we always just bathe in pure light. There is you know, dark colors surrounding us, light colors, and everything in the middle. Yeah, so I thought this one would be a really cool tote bag.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding. No, it's I thought it was interesting. And yeah, not everyone is, you know, my favorite, but there are definitely some that I couldn't live without anymore. I mean, this gives me energy, and this one, for example, is all about change and motion. Do you see that?
I see a door too on the upper left. An
Yeah.
opportunity to go through
Right
a
here?
door. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a plane of a different reality where you just walk in and can fall into this big, uh, like just soft sort of hole where you can rest. And then there's different colors surrounding you, blue and yellows and green. Yeah, I like this one. It's like the propelling force that propels us forward, that strong energy, which is love again, right? So you get my message. And this year's message that I want to convey to everybody is be blessed and be a blessing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I have a theme every year, and this is the theme from this year. Do you have like a sentence for your year that you feel comfortable sharing?
Yeah, mine is today I choose joy every day.
I love that. What a great energy that has. Beautiful.
Lori, what's yours?
Well, my theme is declutter and deprogram, getting rid of old beliefs that don't serve me, and then
Oh,
shining through
so
creativity.
awesome.
Yeah.
Both of your sentences like totally touch me.
Oh,
Like awesome. I think we could write those down.
I think so. And make an art piece from them, right?
Yeah. Or why don't you text me both of your sentences and I make an art piece and I send it to you?
Oh,
Great, thank you.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this one is very unusual for me because it's much more organized, much more sort of grounded. And this one I just played with colors and I call it Just Be.
Oh, that's great.
Um,
It's
yeah,
balanced.
so yeah, this was while I was waiting for my flight, and everybody had this energy of just like plainly like I'm sitting here because I have to.
Yeah.
And that sort of energy just got into this image as in very stagnating, very just like being, lazy as can be in one spot, knowing that there's nothing you can do to make this go by faster. And I think you can also see that in there. I wasn't bored at all. I was just taking in the energy from the people surrounding me. And that is actually something that we do as an empath all the time, right? We take in energy, but we have to remember to also, re-energize.
Isn't that great too that you show in that story the perspective too, right? I mean, people are sitting there bored and some people may be aggravated that they're waiting for this plane and there's nobody has control, right? The control is completely out of your hand. And you can sit and be creative during that time. Like it's your choice. Are you going to be aggravated or are you going to do something productive with it? Like that is, it's your choice.
Totally. And every time that you sit down at your desk and you have a couple of minutes, just reflect on what it is that you're actually doing, what it is that you're emanating, what is it that you're actually going through that very moment so that you can be at your best. And if you feel like you're low on energy, just close your eyes and meditate and you go back to your normal level. It's as easy as that. We have the biggest energy at our fingertips, right? Which is just rejuvenating ourselves with the energy of the universe.
I was just reading that this morning.
What was that, Lori?
I was reading the same thing that you just said. I was reading that this morning in a book that I'm reading. So yeah, same thing. It's true.
Yeah, and if we all are more aware that it all connects us and that our greater conscience already is at that level, that is actually all that we need to do is interconnect, lift each other up, bring each other further, help each other along the way. And that's why we're here, is to help each other be our best, right? So that is sort of what I believe in.
You're such an inspiration, isn't she?
Yes.
So are you. I mean,
well,
you wouldn't be here without you. And this one, just last one, okay? That's just my palm tree. I was sitting under a palm tree right before Jacob moved here. And our vacation in Mexico was in this beautiful place near a awesome ocean and palm trees and just chairs. And I looked up and I decided I'm going to paint that because palm trees are such a beautiful sight because it mostly means that you're somewhere near an ocean. So I decided to put that in one of my paintings and just let the sunshine overgrow that palm tree and just gives you a feel of sort of vacation. I don't know if that is the vibe that comes out, but I hope that you can see the sunshine in there.
It's a joyful painting.
Yeah. So we look at things, and whatever you're looking at, just make it beautiful in your mind. Even the most boring situation, just make it beautiful in your mind, and the outcome is going to be better. I think that's all personal, of course.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm happy that I had the chance to show you all this. And one very unusual one, which I don't know if you've seen this one, but I call it mixed mind. It sort of looks like a maze into my mind. I don't know if you can see that.
A maze, you said?
Yeah, like a maze, and it's sort of like a pathway into like how I think.
Wow. I love that composition. It looks to me like some like spiraling ribbons and spiraling arches and things like that too.
Yeah, a little bit of a rainbow here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, this one was after I went to a circus and everything was just like going. It was just a magic show that I went to, and I was so amazed. I'm like, and afterwards I was like thinking and puzzling pieces together because I love magic tricks. They're just amazing because somebody fools you right in front of your face. And I'm always like, how in the world did they just do that? And it happens in 2 seconds, and you're like, oh my God, it just happened and I missed it. So yeah, that was kind of the mindset that I came out of. And this one is very much one of a kind. I don't have another one like it. And there's still love in it. What was that, Lori?
I like it. It's pretty. I like the colors.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you have any other questions that I can answer you?
I don't. I just think I'm just so amazed and proud of you for your work. You're so prolific, and your messages that you've been talking about today are just full of light, full of love, full of wisdom that comes through your paintings. And thank you for sharing all of your paintings with the world.
Yeah.
I just wish you all the best.
Oh,
Yeah, and
thank
I
you
think
so
it helps
much.
inspire other people to be
Oh,
creative
yes.
the way you have, and how you can, put your emotions on a canvas and to inspire other people to do the same. So I thank you
Yeah.
for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it. And it's just great to get feedback. It's such a joy to be able to get insight in how you see things, because it really helps me in my next painting to kind of know what I want to do. So don't forget to send me your sentences, your motto for this year. And I will totally make one specific for us.
That'd be
That would be
great.
wonderful. Yeah, thank
We'll
you.
post that on our podcast
Right?
page
Yeah,
on Facebook, the next
absolutely.
perfect step.
Yeah, I will start working on that today,
Mm.
as that is a priority.
Good. Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Caroline. It's been a joy and a pleasure to have you with us again. And
Yes, and thank you for having me again. That was so nice.
yeah,
Great. And
And
we
for
wish
taking
you
the
all
time.
success. We are so, so happy for you in
Oh,
your new
and I
adventure.
wish you the same success for your podcast. I'm so proud of both of you. This is not an easy undertaking, and you're doing it like eating a cake. Really
It's
good.
joyful.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And all the best. And I will speak to you soon, hopefully.
Yes.
And I see you very soon.
yes. Look
And
forward to it.
Go ahead.
yes, and it's a great opportunity to be on here. And it's going to be awesome. This whole year is going to be awesome.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us. And until next time, how is your intuition guiding you to your next perfect step?